Doris walked swiftly and deliberately through the forest. It had been a long time since she'd hiked on a rough trail. Finding her footing in the pre-dawn hours' darkness proved to be a greater challenge than she expected. She began to wonder if leaving a little later might have been a better idea, since she really did not seem to be making much headway. Marta's grave warning that the new order had discovered her house terrified Doris. Up until that transmission, Doris believed what others told her about the situation in the world, but never truly thought she would be affected by it. She figured as long as she welcomed the escaping cops or runners, giving them safe haven for a day while they worked their way to the HQ, she would be fine, not really part of what happened. Now she was literally running for her life. If the new order men found her, they would kill her on the spot. She had no doubt about that. She always knew the aid she gave the police put her in a particularly dangerous position. But helping the police was the only thing she could think to do in the circumstances. Besides, she knew her son, a fallen Marine, would have done the same thing, without hesitation. It had been the right thing to do, and she'd do it again given the chance. The trail grew thicker and wilder as she walked, leading Doris to believe she'd somehow lost the main path and had veered off into the forest. Stopping, she dropped her pack and fished out the map she'd barely remembered to bring. Looking around the forest and listening for anyone near her, she chanced using her flashlight. She laid the map and compass as flat as she could on the ground, not sure she could make any sense of the two right now. The times she and her son had gone hiking, they merely walked along well-marked trails. This was something different entirely. Her heart sank as she started to wonder if she did, in fact, go far off the trail, losing her way in the darkness. A navigational error could lead her into New Order territory, or cause her to be hopelessly lost in the forest. With little by way of supplies or anticipated assistance, she might be better off staying put until it was daylight. As she sat studying the map and compass, an unusual sound caught her attention. The sound definitely did not belong to the forest. It had a metallic quality to it. The sound grew louder, approaching her from the south. Or was it the north? She had no idea. Panic washed over her as she lay flat against the ground, trying desperately to conceal her location from whatever approached. Small moving lights appeared in the shadowy recesses of the forest. Damn it! They're moving right toward me! Shit! Doris knew she could not move without risking detection, so she tried as best she could to remain flat and calm. Just as she was about to break cover and run away, a line of bicycles silently streamed past her location. The light from their headlamps gave her a glimpse of the riders. The first thing she noticed was that they were heavily armed, each with a rifle slung over his or her shoulders. A few wore cargo shorts, but most wore long pants. They all sported tactical vests, which she guessed had been outfitted with body armor plates. She knew that from what her son had told her. She also knew the plates were heavy. It wasn't until the second-to-last rider passed that she saw Evansville PD displayed on the back of one of the vests. "The police? Here? Why? Where are they going?" Standing up from the ground on her creaky legs, she thought about calling out to them, but they'd already disappeared down the trail. She gathered her gear and walked toward the trail, hoping to run into another group of police officers. Doris found the trail again and waited. A few quiet minutes passing before she decided to continue on her own. She felt better about the entire situation, knowing the police were on the trail and had probably cleared it of New Order riffraff. Doris walked for another minute or two, paying close attention to where she put her feet on the uneven trail. She never saw the man that stepped onto the trail ahead of her until she had nearly bumbled into his rifle barrel.
"Hands up where we can see them,"
said the man. "We?" Figures appeared on both sides of the trail, wordlessly, quickly, and efficiently enveloping her with their guns drawn. Doris dropped her pack and slowly raised her trembling hands toward the sky. "State your name." "Doris Venture," she said. The man lowered his weapon. "Stand down! Stand down! She's our package." At once the men and women quickly stood at ease with their weapons pointed at the ground. "Good morning, Miss Venture. I'm Officer Price from the Grant Police Department. Sorry for the drama, but we can never be too careful." Doris accepted Officer Price's outstretched hand.